All right, all right, all right. All right. Let me know if you guys can hear me. I need to take my garbage out here, but I'll do that a little later. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining the stream today. Putting artwork. I'm going to be putting some artwork on this ultimate pedestal here. So, if you're familiar with one of our Star Wars pre-built artwork, basically took that artwork and then fit it on a pedestal, on the ultimate pedestal here. So maybe I'll bring this down. We're putting artwork on this anyways. So you kind of get to see that. Haven't done that in a while. Applied artwork. See how rusty I am. I did this side last night. Turned out good. Trying to get it all in picture and probably just end up backing this up maybe just a hair. But there's the one side. So like I said, I did this side yesterday. So yeah, it's getting a neon ring. And then I believe the Death Star is going to be in the middle. Yeah, the Death Star is going to be in the middle. So this guy will be in there. In the center there. So, but I'm going to work on this side for now, and then probably end up getting the kick plate on. That's probably all you guys will really see for today as far as what that stuff goes. Because it just takes a little bit of time, but... So I already have this sanded. I already have the kick plate sanded as well. I usually take 220 over the front, 220 kind of around my edges quick, just to kind of knock down any rough stuff. And then I just like to take 400 just quick over that one last time. Just make sure it's all nice and smooth. I'm going to tack cloth it here, put some adhesive promoter on, and then get that artwork on, and then T-mold the sides, and then hopefully get to the front and get that on. Awesome. Yeah, like I was saying, I already prepared it. I'm not going to be doing anything with games this week, but we can definitely check that out. Can you check Narc Arcade? It's stuck on a screen and can't coin up to play. You can always try restarting the game. So if it's in Arcade Classics using MAME, I believe you hold your shift down and then your player one joystick to the left, and that should restart the game. So try that. I believe that's how you do it. I can't really remember without having a thing in front of me, an arcade system in front of me. So I'm just trying to remember. But I believe that's how we do it to get it restarted. And that should restart the game, and then hopefully work for you there if it's frozen. Otherwise, if you still have issues, just let us know. Otherwise, we'll check into it. So yeah, like I said, got that all prepared, sanded and everything. So I'm going to just put a promoter on it.
Why don't we have Baldur's Gate on there?
We do have Baldur's Gate, don't we?
We don't have Baldur's Gate on there. The game's huge.
We have 3.
I
Yeah.
haven't been allowed to check that, actually.
It's on Expansion C, and I swear I've seen it in customer requests now.
But but we can't get Street Fighter 6.
I don't know. I don't know how all that works.
That's the only game I want to show you guys. How to play. That's the only game I want to show you how to play. Oh, this one has nasty bats. Oh no, that was a terrible break.
Yeah, like I was showing some of you guys that game. Witchfire is a cool game. And then just some of those games you might have to adjust your graphics settings. I think Witchfire I had to mess with a little bit to get it to run good. But yeah, check out Witchfire. That's a cool game on there. Yes, I believe the C drive is available. I think when we were doing our tournament, I believe David was telling me the 26th, so I believe that was on Monday. So we should be up and running with those now and selling them. I need a tack cloth here. Gotta get a tack cloth. 1 second. So yeah, I know it's been a little while. I think, yeah, it actually maybe a long while since I've done a stream and applied artwork. So just give me 1 minute. I'm just opening up tack cloth here. I'm just using, again, this is what I'm using for tack cloth, just to kind of show everybody what I'm doing, what I'm using.
Yeah, one holiday.
All right, so again, like I said, sanding and everything. I usually will take air hose and I'll blow the T-molding out just because there's sawdust in there. I could probably hit the vacuum, but usually I take the vacuum with a brush and I'll just vacuum the front of that. And then again, now I'm just going to tack cloth it. And I'll go over it once and I'll just flip it over. I'll go over it again. Usually doing it just twice does it for me. So yeah, you can kind of see, I mean, there's like one pass. Here's second pass, barely anything now. Then where'd I put my glove? Oh yeah, player one start. Okay, yeah, I couldn't remember if it was the shift or the player one start. So yeah, there you go. It's your player. You hold down, like David's saying, hold down your player joystick to the left and then push start, and that should reset the game. That's kind of what I figured. Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't remember if it was shift or player one start, so I just had that backwards. Sorry about that, guys. So it's your player, like David's saying, player one joystick left, and then player one start, and that should reset any of those arcade classic games. And then now I'm just going to take my promoter. So I'm just going to take my promoter. This is what I'm using for a promoter. And then I just go down. So I just do like down strokes with it. I just go down with it just because if there's any other dust, anything like that, it'll fall down is my thinking of it anyways. And then I'll put a little bit more on. So I'm just going to put a little bit more on my rig. And then I'll just kind of come back and then just kind of overlap and go down again. This is how I do it. I'm sure other people have a different process of doing it. But this is just what I found works best for me. And then again, I'll just come back. And then I'll come through and then I'll get my edge, because usually I'll cut the artwork and then I like to fold my edge over and then that'll stick nice and then you can T-mold. So I'll just kind of come back, kind of just get my edge. And then I'll just flip my rag around and then I'm just going to come back and then hit the front of that again just to make sure no other dust or any of that is on the edge that I just wiped. And then it's pretty much ready to go. I get the artwork ready. I have a proof image on my phone, because usually when we get the images and stuff from Vlad, send over a proof image on the computer and then I'll take that. And then we have Slack that we use and then put our proof images in there to kind of see where to line things up. Just to kind of show you. So here's like my proof image just to show you guys like what I'm doing there. So it's kind of like my proof, and then I'm able to kind of like zoom in and see and line my artwork up just to kind of show you guys. It's kind of cool, you know, I get to see the artwork, kind of get to know where things are going to line up. So now I just kind of go off of this image, because like I said, I did the other side. So the other side is there. I did the other side last night before I left, and I'm going to do this side and then hopefully get to the kick plate. So that's what I'm going to be looking off of here. So I'm going to grab my chair. I grab my chair usually. And then I'll kind of just going to go off of that, you guys. If you were going to I guess, Brian, I don't really know what you're trying to explain. I'm kind of assuming you're talking about like a Nighthawk system with a golden tee on it. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured you were saying, Brian. I mean, yeah, there's less room in here with an ultimate pedestal because your computer is going to sit here, your sub sits there. I mean, your drive's kind of sit in the middle, so there's not really going to be much room in there. But, I mean, if you move your drives or did something else, I don't know how big those computers are or how those, I've never even looked into any of that stuff, you guys. So I don't know how big the PC is or any of that with any of that. I don't know if it comes in a case or how any of that works. But yeah, I was able to check the God of War game with the Tron stick, and I wasn't having issues with the Tron stick. It was more or less the trackball. As soon as I would unplug the trackball for your God of War game, the Xbox controller would work. So I don't know what's up with that and why that's an issue all of a sudden, because I know, I swear a couple months back, I don't know, a couple months, I don't know. I remember playing it a while back, and I didn't have that issue at all. So I don't know what's going on with that yet. I did look into it here. Had the same issue here. I know as well, I think there's a Mario Minecraft and Wii U that I was helping a customer with, and it couldn't save in there. So I know I forgot to mention that to David. I don't know if there's a way to save that game, because you could save it actually, the game, and then once you try to load your save, the game would just crash. So I don't know what's going on with that. But yeah, I still have that issue, and I was just having, like I said, issue with the trackball. I wasn't having an issue with anything else. Everything else could be plugged in just fine. Tron stick, guns, everything else. And as soon as I unplugged that trackball, it would work. Can you do a pedestal game box? Yeah, we've done the game box pedestal combos. So basically, you have the game box built up top with a pedestal base. I know we did one for Machine of the Week. It was that Star Wars one that I did with the, or not Star Wars, Star Trek. I believe it had Star Wars in it too, but it had Star Trek lighting in the neon ring. But anyways, so this is all good. Adhesive promoted. And then what I'm going to do, I got my artwork. So here's your artwork for this side. And what I'm going to do is, it's usually rolled up in a tube, comes in a tube like this. All your artwork's in there. And then I'm just going to pull it out. And then usually I'll just hit the back of this with a tack cloth quick, just to get any other dust off the back side of that. Same system. So yeah, in our game boxes and pedestals, everything, it runs the same system, same PCs, so you can get upgraded, base computer, all that good stuff. It all runs the same, no matter what you get, as small as a game box all the way up to the XLs. So again, hopefully, I'm just going to kind of look back, see you guys. Hopefully this is kind of a good view. I know I'm kind of in the way. I mean, I could probably come more, maybe like a side angle. You guys could see that. Awesome. Yeah, like I said, I don't know what's going on with that God of War game right at the moment. We can definitely look into it a little bit more. I just we haven't had that much time yet to kind of look into that. But so again, what I'm going to do, hopefully, like I said, hopefully you guys can kind of see what I'm doing here. I know it's kind of hard, but basically I'm more worried about this back edge here and then making that straight. So again, I'm just going to kind of look at my proof image first and just kind of get things lined up according to this proof. So I'm just going to kind of eyeball it by looking at my proof image here. Looks like part of this gets cut off. Looks like this might be actually all the way pretty much up to the top. So I'm going to kind of just go off of there. And I'm just going to look. I'm just going to check to see where all like my edges are here. Make sure nothing is getting cut off that shouldn't get cut off. So his head is in there. Again, I know it's kind of hard to see what I'm doing. I probably could come at a better angle. His hand, or that's his face. His face is in. So that's where I might have to. So then what I do, because I know, I think my bottom isn't over. That's why. So what I do is when I got my top kind of where I wanted it, I kind of lined up my top. And then usually what I'll do is I'll take like my ruler here and I'll just kind of measure where this is at. It's about 1/4 of an inch. So then now I know this back edge is straight. So that's, again, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come down lower and make sure I'm that same amount down here as well. So, oh, it's almost an inch. So almost it's 3/4, sorry. Because I got my upside down here. So I'm just going to come down here and adjust this to the same to the top of my measurement. So come over. So then I'm holding the bottom with my knees, if you can see. So my knees are holding the bottom of this. Again, I'm just gonna kind of just check everything quick. His face is in, awesome. So this all looks good. Just do one more double check. I always double check, even sometimes triple check, to make sure this is straight, because I don't like it going on crooked. So now that I got this all lined up, my knees are holding the bottom. I'll kind of just hold this top with my hand here. And then I'll just take my other hand, and then there's just this clear like backing, which I don't know if you guys can see, but there's this clear backing here. I'll take that. I'll fold that back. And then I'll get like this corner started here, basically. There. So yeah, get that corner started, and then now that I'm started, now I'm pretty much good to go from here. So here, let me. There. Is that better? That may be a better angle. So then I'm just gonna come this side. I'm just gonna pull kind of this backing back a little bit, hold my artwork nice, because since I got here, this is gonna all be pretty much straight. So if I hold this tight, and then now I'm just gonna come and I use the back side of my hand just to kind of get this started more. So then, oh yeah, just trying to get the camera so y'all can see here. I'll read your stuff in a minute. So then I'll keep kind of just coming down. Just keep coming with my artwork. Because I'm waiting, because Ultimate Pedestal's got this thing here and this here. So I'm kind of waiting to get this down, and then I'll end up straightening this clear plastic out, which I'll probably end up kind of doing now. So I'm just going to end up pulling this one side down. And then now I can come over and get these little pieces here. And then I'll fold this top piece back here, because this will, if you can see, will flip down. And then this will flip down, and then usually sometimes it'll stick, and then I know sometimes it can stick really good, and then it's a pain in the butt to try to peel that off. And I know I've seen sometimes this has happened where it's got stuck, and you try to get this off, and then it peels some of the artwork off, and then, yeah, not a good time. But so now that I got that, so I'm just going to kind of pull again on this, get that kind of leveled. And then I'm just going to work my way down. So I'm just going to come, I usually like to start in the middle. I can probably bend this back a little bit more too. Hopefully that doesn't, there, it's not in my way. So then again, now I'm just going to keep kind of pulling this down. I'm going to pull it down, and I go to the middle, and I work right to left or left to right. I think I nailed that as far as where it needs to go, to be honest with you. His hand does get cut off a little bit there. That's all beautiful there. The mouth is pretty much right to the edge there. Looks like his foot is in that corner, which is beautiful. So yeah, everything looks awesome. So I'm just going to keep going again. Keep on working my way down little by little, just kind of pulling the bottom up here. And I'm just basically, I'm peeling like this plastic. So again, this is the backing. And I'm just pulling on the bottom of this. And it's just pulling, obviously, a little bit by little bit off the back of that. And then I'm able to come like I'm doing, push this down. Keep on working my way down. Keep on going, keep on going. All right. Still got it. A little rusty. Like I said, I haven't applied artwork probably in about a month or so. There you go. Still got it though. There you go. Now she's pretty much on. I'm just gonna kind of see what you guys are saying here.
At least it's different.
Yeah.
This is all that.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I think it was Zo. Keep on messing your name up. Sorry. Zo. There we go. Zo. You can just email us, bud, and we can get you the dimensions for that of the ultimate pedestal. How much is this? What is the, yeah, I guess David would have to chime in on what our starting price is for our ultimate pedestal. I don't remember. I know he's probably told me and I've heard it a bunch of times, but I just can't remember the prices for the life of me, you guys. But give us a call even. I mean, call us, email us, you guys. So yeah, everything looks beautiful. So again, I got that on there, nice and good. Yeah, I could easily have measured it too. I just didn't know if we had them off the top of our head or had them.
I just wanted to make sure I had it right.
So again, I'm gonna rub this nice with my hand. I'll probably come back over it with a little squeegee. But this is kind of what I like to do. I just like to come with my hand, kind of give it a nice push with my hand. And then I'll take one of these, a felt. I have like a little felt squeegee pad here. I'll usually always get a new one of these too when I start doing new artwork, because this can get crap on it and can kind of scratch your artwork. So I usually will always get a new one of these once I put new artwork on. But usually after I go with my hands, I'll just kind of come back through. I'll go along my edges first, because what I'll end up doing next here, you guys, is I'll end up cutting all this extra off. And then usually I'll just kind of take the flat side now. And usually I go in one direction. Again, I kind of just work my way down with everything. So yeah, David was back here getting dimensions, I believe, which I could have done that quick too. But yeah, I think he came back here and gave you some dimensions. There you go. Ultimate pedestal measures around 84 inches wide at the panel, 31 inches wide at the main machine, and 36 inches deep front to back, 45 inches high. So yeah, blah, blah, blah. PC nowadays get hot. Be helpful. Yeah, I mean, with our pedestals, you guys, so here's just to kind of show you for newcomers and things like that, just to kind of explain a little bit. But yeah, I mean, in the back of here, there's so much space and air movement, like David's saying, that's not really necessary. And we use good fans and cooling and make sure that's all working well. It gets tested really well here before we send any of our stuff out. I double check it, goes through quality checking, which is me, and then I'll double check it too as well. Play some games and we'll make sure everything's running good in there. But here's like a pedestal. So a pedestal's a little bit tighter inside. Just to kind of, I don't know if you guys can see in there, but it is a little bit tighter. So we do put a fan on the back of this because there's way less space in these pedestals. So then the computers sit back there and there's a little bit more, what do I want to say, pulling the heat out of there with that little fan. So that'll pull the heat out, blowing outwards. So for the pedestals, but never ran into issues with anything ever overheating here. So there we go. I'll kind of maybe back up so you can kind of see everything there. There we go. What's up, Loose Cannon? Mine comes on Monday. Which one was yours again? Happy Thursday. Gotcha. Just know mine. Okay, it got warm. Yeah, I mean, if you're running like Xboxes in the back of there and things, yeah, I would imagine that can get hot because those things overheat pretty good. Mine was the demo. Oh, the gloss black one. The one mine was demoed. The demoed. Oh, awesome, dude. Yeah, I built that one. Then yeah, I finished that one out for you, bud. Awesome. I'm glad you're getting yours soon. Hopefully you love it. We're always here if you need help with anything. Yes, this is just our pre-build artwork. So I don't know if you've been on our website again, but this is some of our pre-build artwork, and we're doing it on an ultimate pedestal here. A customer requested this. Yeah, but just like David's saying, yeah, depending on what you're using this for too. I mean, we can manage a way to throw some fans in there and do things too if that's an option. Again, you guys order any of these machines. I mean, we can pretty much customize them the way you want them. I know pre-builds. I don't know if there's probably some limitation, obviously, with pre-builds, but pre-builds you can customize the panel however you want. If you want to add spinner or Tron stick, anything like that, you can do that. I think even with some of these pre-builds, you can get like the Battleship style panel or box. I believe artwork should fit on that. I mean, even like this one is getting a neon ring. So could probably possibly even do the neon ring for a pre-build too. Again, you're just better off calling us and talking to David with some of that stuff. That we can have hybrid controls for almost everything. I thought it would be great if we could add controller support for the MAME game as well. You can use your Xbox controllers in MAME, you guys. You just have to program them in. It works just fine. Yeah, cut your machine in half. Yeah, you don't want to do that. But yeah, you can use your Xbox and program that stuff into MAME if you want. Again, I just, I want to put a new blade on here actually. So I'm just getting my knife. So I'm just trying to see what you guys are all saying and kind of get back to what everybody's saying and do what I'm doing here. So, but this is what I'm using. I'm just going to change the blade out quick. I usually always like to change the blade out when I put on new artwork. Just because I like to have it cut like butter and not have any hang-ups when I'm cutting my artwork and things like that. So. And again, I know I had brought this up on possibly last live stream. I'll bring it up again. But I know we were kind of looking into doing different things with our lighting as far as like support maybe with an app on your phone. Kind of still kind of looking into it a little bit. I was looking at getting a more Wi-Fi controlled one. And then I was looking into like, forget what they call it, but it's basically a box where you could hook all your lighting up to one box and then just have the one app controlled device hooked up to that instead of having multiple and then being able to run everything like that. I'm still kind of looking into it, still trying to figure it out. But what do you guys think? Would you rather have a remote controls? Because I know there can be quite a bit of them when you get your RGB molding on the panel, and then you have neon ring and all that, and then before you know it, you have could have like 5 remotes. So I guess I'm just kind of want to get everybody's opinion, what they think. I know app controlled stuff isn't always for everybody. So just curious what you guys all think of that.
You know what my favorite Helen Hunt movie is? Like part of the movie, or nothing like that. That's the other movie.
Because you can't have multiple inputs in MAME. So actually, yes, you can have, disregard that. You can have multiple inputs with MAME, which, I mean, we could add them into general settings, but I believe some of the games inside of that Classics uses different versions of MAME. So I don't know how all that would work. It would be a trial and error thing. But most people, when they play classic games, want it played on the control panel. That's why there's always just that option out there to you to do it. I wouldn't be afraid of doing it or anything like that. You're not going to mess anything up. If you watch the tutorial video that we have on the YouTube channel, real simple. Just you're not going to go into your general settings. If you want to do it per game, load up your game and go through your in-game settings or in this machine settings. Don't go into general settings, because general settings is going to be for your whole entire main library. And then that's where things can kind of get screwy, because I know things can get messed up in there, but I believe that basically if you hit player one start, like you're going to input, and then basically like you're going to back out of the game. So your shift and player two, like you're going to exit out, and then it should come up as none in MAME. And then if you do that like one more time, hit player one start again, and then back out again, it should go back to what it originally was inputted as. So whatever your original inputs were that we had in there, it should go back to that. So again, if you're going to do anything, like I was saying with that, I would just do input this machine. And again, I mean, like I said, we could do the inputs and stuff like that, but I'm not going to know what every person is going to want their buttons mapped to either. So that's where it kind of just gets tricky with doing it over multiple machines. That's why it's always just like I was saying. I mean, this is a multi-emulation system. It's always just a good idea just to kind of get familiar with it, you know. So again, I'm just cutting this off here. My left hand and arm don't want to work as good as my right one, but gets the job done. All right. And then I'm actually going to put a little block on the bottom here so I can cut the bottom, and then I'll get the team holding this guy. So I'm going to actually lift this up. There. Should be good. Okay. Should be good to go. I know it looks sketchy, but it'll be fine. Just gonna kind of see what you guys are saying again. Let's say remote over app, but ability to have an app is nice for what customers may want. Seems like the play. Yeah, and see, I don't know if I have that option. I still have to mess around with it. Yeah. I was thinking about that. Per game biases and adding the like the vector monitor arcade version. Both CADE and pinball vertical normal pedestals best if you can configure it outside the box. If you want. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure you guys can get like mounting brackets that would be able to do it, but I'm just going to keep going, you guys. So I'm going to cut the bottom off of this part here, and then I'll get this folded back and then get the T-molding on it. I'll just come to the bottom and trim off any excess off the bottom. Usually I just kind of hold the blade flat up here and just kind of along the bottom, and that makes it a nice even cut. Because like I said, I like to overlap and fold it underneath the T-molding. There we go. There. And if there's more extra, I'll be able to cut that back too. Usually I know with my left hand, I don't get as nice of a cut. Usually I'll have to come back like I'm doing right now, second time. There. All right. So I'm going to start folding this over. No. No. Nope. It's just like a USB up front, bud. You can plug anything else. So if your guns aren't plugged into there, you can plug anything else into there too. Yep, it's just a normal USB that's plugged into the computer, so it's gonna work like a normal USB. So what I'm doing, like some of these corners are rounded here, so I just make little cuts along where that's gonna fold. I don't know, you guys can't see up top here, but I just made some little cuts, and then that'll fold over the rounded corner nice. So yeah, I'm just gonna fold all this stuff over now. There you go. Because like I said, I put adhesive promoter on this, so that'll help hold all this back for me. Nice. And now I can get a nice fold on my corner.
One on the side.
And then I'm just going to come down the back, cut this front. There you go. Just kind of flattening out these corners a little bit with the back side of my knife here. There you go. Just to kind of show you. Alright, so you get that folded over, it looks nice and rounded. And then I'll keep going with all that stuff. What? Yeah, it's gonna just be trial and error. I mean, everything in RetroArch should be mapped already, but if you wanted to change anything in there, so if you're in NES, if you're in the NES wheel, you hit your player one coin, that'll bring a menu up on your right, and then you'll be able to open RetroArch. Once that pops up, you go into input. Settings or input, and then from there you scroll all the way down, and then there should be controllers 1, 2, 3, and 4, I believe, or 1 and 2. And then you can get into there and then configure your buttons, and then when you're done in there configuring, make sure you save your configuration, back out of that, and then you'll keep backing out until you get back to that main menu again, and then you want to go into, I'm just trying to remember all this without having it in front of me, you guys. And then I know you get back, and then you want to save your current configuration, which then I believe that you go up to the top, and I think you go back into main menu or something. I can't remember, like I was saying right off the top of my head. But you want to save your current configuration again, so it saves all those inputs. And then you should be good to go from there. I mean, there is a RetroArch icon too, right on the desktop or your taskbar that you'd be able to click on that little guy, and that's going to bring up that same settings wheel. So if you wanted to do it that way, you can as well. Hopefully that kind of answers your question and helps. I got, you guys, we're fine. Awesome. All right. So I'm going to keep going, guys. So I'm just going to keep on working around, pressing this down. Just going to keep on working my way around the machine. I'll come and see what you guys are all saying in a minute. There we go. All right. Yeah, you guys probably can't see what I'm doing at the bottom now. Try to get this camera. There you go. So, again, go. Just making those little cuts again around my corners. And I'm just taking the other part of the knife, and I just take it and I round this off to kind of make that artwork look nice around those corners. there. Made a couple cuts again. And then any extra too that I have, you can usually come in your T-molding groove, and then I just usually take my knife and come inside this T-molding groove, and then just kind of push it more to one side, and then I'm able just to kind of come and cut whatever extra I have out. So you can see, like, I have this little extra here. So basically, like I was saying, I take my knife and I just, you guys can see it. I usually stick it in here, move it more towards the art, and I'll come right along there and cut whatever extra art is hanging over that T-molding groove. Because if you leave that there, it's gonna mess with your artwork, because you're gonna try to push that artwork into your T-molding groove, and then your T-molding probably won't gonna win the greatest, and then yeah, it can mess your artwork up. So that's why you don't want that artwork in that groove. So again, this is what I'm doing on this side. I'm just going to keep on working my way around and up. And usually I'll just take my thumb, my hand, and get that edge down. So the same thing with this corner. I just take it, make that look all nice and rounded. Let's see what else you guys are saying. Have a Discord group, we can share, invite. I was looking for a few, so I had no luck.
Oh yeah, there's the incompetence.
And I did the survey all the way. Really strange. Huh. Yeah, I thought we had a Discord set up. I thought there was an EHA Discord that we had, and then I thought there was some people in there. I don't know, David could answer that, because I still have the app on my phone. I don't know if that was just for work for us, or if that is for other people as well. But I thought we had a Discord. All right. So I'm going to keep going here. It's already been an hour. So I'm just going to end up sticking this down, you guys. Finishing just the artwork out on this side. Kind of figured we probably wouldn't get much farther with trying to answer questions and explain things. I'm going to keep going here. Yeah, I think there's a little bend here that you can kind of cut. There we go. There we go. And then again, I'm just going to come in, cut in any extra artwork. Just trying to explain to you guys what I'm doing when I'm doing this. And then she'll be ready to get T-molding on it. All right, there we go. She should be ready to go. Do we get T-molding on it? All right, it's just kind of reading what you guys are saying, but I'll back up here. There you have it. There's the artwork. All on, all cut. All ready to get your T-molding on that bad boy. A little bit of some of those corners, like you can see with the artwork, I just had to kind of re-push them down. But there you go, all cut and ready to go. Get T-molding on that guy. Probably, like I said, I'll end up ending the stream from here, you guys. Let me just see what y'all are saying. Answer to switch. You guys are funny. Awesome, you guys. I'm just glad to see everybody's enjoying their machines. I'm just kind of reading the comments on the right, you guys. Just awesome to read that you guys are all having fun with your machine and everything. So, got this side of the artwork on. Like I said, I got the team molding and everything else done. But thanks everybody for joining this week. Like and subscribe. We'll see you next week. Peace.